Welcome back to Europa. Episode 14 of me trying to make you understand Stationeers belongs in your Steam library even if you don't play it. Because then at some point you will have matured enough to appreciate this game for what it is. The current gaming world has to mature to understand that it needs to catch up instead of treating Stationeers as an outcast because of its cutesy-wootsy graphics that... Seriously, this is a procedural graphic. This is completely, all of it meaningful. Everything expresses meaning and function, and nothing here is fake. While all the other games that might look down on Stationeers, how many fake doors are in there, huh? Every player, when they start, they have to have the same thoughts again at the beginning. What is real? What can operate? What does mean something? What doesn't? Everything here means something. The question here that you have is, what does it mean? How can I utilize it? Oh look, we have rovers. Well, I just recorded that little rover video where I cheated them into the game with a console and drove them around a bit, which means I still need to get rid of the equipment. Let's do that then. Batteries already removed. Want to sit in that thing for a moment? Oh, what happens when I have my jetpack on? Oh, it turns off. Good. Those batteries belong in a museum. Into a charger. This one doesn't consume that much battery, but that one... Dude, he burns through a nuclear battery like nothing. Nuclear. The big ones. But I hope they will make a comeback some point. Okay, what's on the menu? Let's put those canisters away. What's with the frame rate? Let me just check my task manager thing. Who is consuming what?
Hydration critical.
Rocket station, this is 95% on this CPU. Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna restart the program. Let's see if it does something. Let's learn something about this. Save. Huh. That did help. Okay, we just learned something. See, I had a few sessions before this one. For example, recording the rover thing. And what I've also discovered is when you create a new world, and then you leave it, and then you create another new world, and then another, you might eventually find some things mixed up. For example, I had a space map that I made this way. This was not the first thing I did in that session. And then, well, the asteroids were hills that were levitating instead of being balls. Wicked! So, rule of thumb, if you want to do a playthrough, or if you want to start a new world, restart the game. It's still early access, but it's also already beyond awesome. I mean, awesome is one thing, but this is not awesome. This is beyond that. So, I made some stairs. Let's put that away. And I also actually made the hard suit. Yeah, between videos I did a few small things, not much really. I made the alloys here and looked stupid while doing so. Not the worst thing that I didn't record that. And but now I want to see what that looks like when I try to place the stairs, because after all I want to go down here, you know. There's supposed to be an underground area here, for example with a furnace room, which will be super hot, and you need the advanced suit to get in there in the first place without dying and stuff. I don't know if that's the way it works. I imagine it, you know. So what do we have here? The kid stairs. That would look a bit weird, like stumble and pop. It would of course be functional, but that's not the thought. The thought is that the way a station would be? No. Different stair then? Okay, we have these girders, is that the term? Not the answer to my pleas. I could of course just put it over there. Would that make sense? It would. Actually, that would be cool to kind of go down here into... Yeah. But what about this then? Stairwell, front pass through. Can't really make out what this is. Aha, here you can enter and then you can get up. Aha, it's a little room basically. Never built these, you know. Oh, back pass through. You see on the right, the small end, there's an opening there, a little door. See, compare. Oh, I'm mistaken. It's not actually not the way. Where is that then? Where is that? Ah, I guess it's here on the right. On the big side, here where I am, on the right of it. That seems to be a big opening. And here it's in the front. Back, front. Yeah, that's simple. And on both sides even. What else do we have? Stairwell, no doors. No doors whatsoever. Interesting. Front left. Up front pass through. I have an opening on both sides, now only in the front here, where I am. The same then on the right, and then back left and back right, and front pass through. Yeah, now I've seen all of them. Now I've seen all of it. So you can see here the stairwell only has a stair on one side, so it would indeed lend itself to zigzagging, you know? Stacking and so forth. I'd like to do that. Let's do these. That would mean though that I would have to place it here in the air. Place by composite window? Really? Aren't these on the inside? I think they are. How can this be? Oh, come on. Rocket works. Upgrade to allow better placement area. What does that even mean? What am I supposed to upgrade? The composite windows? This thing that I cannot build? My manufactories, which are all upgraded? I don't get it, man. Screenshot, question ask. So. Guess we have to use the small ones then. Yeah, let's just do it. And then it needs to go deeper even. So here would be a platform and then we go deeper down here. I don't know if this works, but I'm curious enough to find out. Yeah, classic landscape bug will react in a few seconds, I guess. No. Come on. Iron. Yeah, there's an iron field here, so maybe I should call this level here Zion. Because, whatever. Because I'm a Zionist. Nah. Don't joke about these things. I joke about everything. Why shouldn't I? People are dying. They're dying all the time. Here, let me just quote something to you. Can I find this now? I don't have it here. Okay, this is awkward, but let's forget it then. Okay. Oh, I wasn't playing with the right field of view. See, the idea is there's always shit going on in the world. And you're sitting in your living room eating popcorn. What pig you are? I mean, is that the idea? Oh, look at that. Smelting or iron. I didn't even test that, I think. Ah, let's put that in there too. Yeah, the foggy stuff here I thought was maybe causing the slowdown, which means that maybe I should remove it. And interestingly, that would then mean that we can improve the computer's behavior by means of an in-game engineering solution. Because here we have 350 liters capacity and 347 are in there, and I guess the rest doesn't work because who knows how that really works. So if I could increase the volume, I could get rid of all this stuff here. Question is, do I wanna? Not currently. Well, let's keep the fog then. Ah, fuck it. Oh yes, and I went mining, so we have reserves. Or did I already show you? I don't remember. Who can keep track? I started building this facility over there, where you can... Didn't I fucking mute that? Seriously. Every day there's an update of Discord, and every time this resets the Windows mixer, you know, I mute Discord, but no, then it's back. I guess I could turn off the sounds, huh? And there was a quite superfluous ping also. Now I've lost my flow again. Where was I? Stairs. I needed frames. Some more frames even. Let's go and manufacture some frames. Well, the hard suit has a chip slot in it, so we can program that thing to open and close the helmet, for example, in a situation of a hazard. Or to turn these things here on and off automatically. Should do that at some point. Oh look, we have our IT room. No, we don't. It's just decorative. It doesn't do anything yet. Is it even turned on? No, there's no power yet. And over here, there's our bedroom. Where we sleep together, haha, sexual innuendo, no. I mean, because I'm saying we all the time. Just discovered a little bug here, also reported already here. If you turn this off, this is not red. Every other device is red then. So it's the bedroom, and then we get out in the morning, the light should go on, that is not yet automated. And this is then what we see. The living area, living room. There's some cooking equipment. And here we have a stacker and an autolathe. There would be a wall here and a ceiling. And here we have a shower. Not yet completed. Actually, it's not yet even remotely completed. Kit pipe liquid, aha. Don't have a pipe bender. And then out here, well, I want to put the cryo tube in here so I can hear myself. This would be the sleeping and living and feel good center, you know? Finally, a room with a purpose. See also IT center. The idea here is to have chips that control other parts of the station in abstraction. For example, I could make an airlock like this based on MIPS, and once I have the reference implementation, I could hopefully somehow then use the same code over here without having to have two chips up. But I could still have two chips up. I would just copy the code from one chip to the next. That's still an option, even though that would definitely suck. Okay, stairs then. What happens now if I place a stair here? I guess that will not make me happy, but let's find out. Nope. Bonk, bonk. So that doesn't work. What I could do is instead I could make the stairs straight here without this pedestal, and this should then work. Okay, let's try that. Exactly, that's the kind of stairs I want now. La 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 la, and then we're down here. I could start some roofing here. And what could be over here?
Big girl here, let me just press this button and see what happens.
This would have to be closed, and there would be an airlock down here. Or rather, maybe, yeah, there would be an underground area, like an antechamber, which is still connected to the upstairs. That would feel interesting with various doors. And one of them would be to the extreme furnacing room. For that, we need the feeling of enclosedness. So let's give us that feeling. Or should the stair reach into the antechamber? Yeah, that would be nice. Then we need different stairs. These. One second, I have to check something. I just hope that it's not a copyright level thing. How do I reach these voxels? Really, I find it a bit off-putting that Jupiter can kind of darken the sky. I mean, currently we can't really see that, but how would it be able to darken the sky when the sun is up there? I mean, right now it isn't. And, I mean, what mechanism causes that? It cannot cast a shadow. And the atmosphere is bright because of the scattering of the light within it. But the atmosphere doesn't extend past Jupiter, so why can Jupiter darken the sky? I don't get it. It's probably just plain wrong. Come on. Yeah, maybe down here where it's leading back into the solid, we should already have the feeling of solid. Same. Aha, it's beginning to take form. The overall idea becomes tangible. Oh.
Health low.
This is funny. Let's do something about that thirst of ours. That should be enough to build those walls. But I think that not all walls down there should be this. It would be cool if in the middle of all this steel, bulky stuff around us, there would also be a glass wall behind which there is an, I don't know, maybe a laboratory for plants, for genetics or whatever. That sounds good. So, some steel please. Meanwhile... How much steel do we have? 500, 1000, 1500. Okay, we do have enough steel. I don't feel like putting all of that in there because sometimes I forget things. Should also already bring some walls, maybe? And let's take a look at what our plants are doing. I don't yet have overpressure protection in my volatiles tank over here. And the system keeps running, you know? We will get more and more and more volatiles here. Yeah, for those who haven't seen it, I mean, I can't expect everybody to watch all the crap. I can also not expect those who watch more of this stuff, indeed, to sit through my repetitions of all the things I've done already. Haha. He's shrinking! He's growing smaller! Or it. Yeah, it, Jupiter. 2010. Awesome film. Yeah, and 2001, of course, I've seen. I'm not stupid. So, what's this? These are potatoes. They have been planted by these dudes, by the Harveys, and their state is being measured by logic over here. And the Harveys will also be measured. For example, are they still busy executing something with their arms? Barely growing towards fruiting. Barely. Why they're all barely growing? Okay, I have to investigate this. This shouldn't be this way. Barely growing is not good. Temperature is 22, pressure is 70 kilopascals. That's not the reason. Let's take a look at the mixture. CO2 is plenty. There's even water in the air. Come on, I don't even need to put pipes. Which reminds me, maybe the plants are just plain dry now. Is there no more water? 7 liters, that's also not the reason. What is the reason then? Barely growing toward fruiting. 6%, oh my god, this is extreme. Breathing efficiency is fine. Temperature efficiency is fine. Is it the light once more? Light deficient. But I have lights. Is the chip not running that turns them on and off and shit? I don't get it. Let's see if they're still under control of logic. They appear to be. Yep. So the logic decided they shall be off. But then they have to be off, man. How is it? What's happening? Let's see then. Growth light clock. Import. Where is that even? Growth light clock. Can we see the current state? Oh, we can. There's a countdown here. And what kind of deficiency did we have? Light deficiency. Huh. Maybe there should be a trigger here so I can flip day to night. So I can skip the entire thing. This sounds good. Let's make that. I need the push button. And that push button will then just set the countdown to 1, which means that one step after it will be 0, or, I mean, to 0, it doesn't matter. So in this way we can then interfere in case that we are in this situation, whatever really that situation is, because I don't really understand it. Push button. I think we still have one of those. Somewhere. Maybe not actually. Is this thing on? Beep beep! Oh, it's me! Yeah, it's on. And now it's on, isn't it? Seats. Again. No, not yet completely. Oh, I just drank through the helmet. You know what? I'm fed up with this. Let's change the difficulty. Difficulty. Stationeer. Less consumption. No, what was it? Less tedium? How did I call it? How did I call it again? I have to look this up. Annoying! But see, I want to stop drinking through my fucking helmet. This should be the stationeer difficulty, only with reduced drinking and water. I mean, in principle, I should of course take care of the shower stuff, but this was an explanation video in the beginning, and now it's becoming something else. Or should I just go for stationeer? Yeah, let's do that. Difficulty stationeer. Okay. Now things are a bit more serious. Why is it serious? So I don't drink through my helmet. Okay. Oh. If I put up the frames down there, is that then a framework? Button. Yeah. Electroprinter should have buttons. I must do it, but what? Ah, switch, of course. The kit logic switch. Stupid. Yeah, whatever. What? No, not this. Hey, wait, what? Oh no, everything's alright. I just want to announce here, and maybe that's stupid of me to do, but I will be unspecific, that maybe, so today is the 17th, that maybe 3 days ago, something historic happened. And I'm not gonna go into it at all. I'm just gonna leave it here for those who might pick up on it, or who might I don't know, comb their hair with a snowplow. I don't know. I just, you know, grow light clock. I would reset this then with a
Hunger caution
button that's tied to this. Okay. Bit late at this point. Now we need to deal with that switch. Autolathe clock. Edit. Define instance button date tog. Structure logic button indeed. So where's the countdown? Here we subtract 1 from countdown and then we check. It's best to do that right here. Load batch named into R0. Is R0 free? Yes it is, because this move R0 countdown was only for showing what's happening. Hey wait, isn't the countdown shown? Didn't I just see that here? SDB setting countdown. Yeah, okay. Show number still in there? It's not. Into R0. Still has a but from here. I don't know, activate? Maybe. And then if R0 is equal to 0, so activate is not true, I just want to branch relatively by 2 lines. Else I want to write to countdown a 0. Greater than or equal to Z. Back to start. Wait, what? Yes, of course. Branch greater than or equal, back to start. Move countdown 0. Jump by 1, 2 lines. If, okay, let's see what happens. Right. Export. Nothing's happening, good. So the plants are kind of suffering. The Autolathe clock is still counting down, let's flip that. Aha. Now let's flip that again, which is unwise, because flipping the lights causes stress to the plants. Yeah, it works. Works like a charm. Nice. Not that it helped much, you know. Let's put the stairwell away and get maybe some glass walls and stuff. Put some of the steel sheets away. I don't need that many. Did I have some building materials here? Nope. This is always a thing. I actually damaged my suit when I was preparing to record the rover video. I don't have any walls here. I moved all of those out there. So let's make some new ones. And glass too. And how are we doing here on the centrifuge front? Everything has been done. Okay. So we can conclude the game sessions are not pure. In between game sessions there's still something lingering. But an ongoing game session can last for 6 or more hours, no problem. There's evidenced. Wall? Kit wall, padded wall, iron wall, padded wall, huh? Yeah, those who laugh last, you know. Telling you, the world will show us that I'm right. About what? I'm not gonna go into this now. Some people might know what I mean. It would show that I'm right. Maybe we would just assume that no one has the mind to add the world together into a logical whole and then say, well, and therefore, and but somehow I believe to have that kind of mind, so yeah, whatever. Okay, we want to build some facilities down there. Maybe I should already also make an advanced furnace. Which I can even do. And now some glass sheets. And some of the composite sheets, right? And a door or two. Yeah, door would make sense also. Oh, while I'm at it, a blast door, of course. Or the furnace room. And when I say a blast door, I mean two. Normal doors. Oh, they don't stack. They're a bit too bulky, huh? Too bad these things all look completely the same. And now I miss some sheets. Yeah, there's supposed to be
Hunger critical.
a wall here, garage wall with a door that can enter, and the rovers will be in here, and then a ramp, and then a big door. But I'm not gonna do that now. Nope. Wait, no, no, shut up! I'm not gonna do it now. So, how extensive shall this chamber be? I would say it would be interesting to also have some kind of corridor which is made of these, and then another such chamber maybe on the back side. So we have
Waste tank caution.
door here, door here, door here. And over here we also have several doors, or maybe only one, because the advanced furnace room should definitely be in this direction, because here we also have the volatiles tank and the other advanced furnace on top of this. Why two advanced furnaces? Because whatever. That's why. I mean, I'm certainly doing things now which are in the realm of optional, in the realm of I've seen everything, let's do something new regardless. But for sure, if you do something that you haven't done before, you will also glance new side paths that you haven't taken that are less decorative but more needy, more useful. You know, things that you wouldn't have done otherwise. Then a corridor here to the back. Maybe some of these are not necessary, but I will make them anyway. Because I don't like this edge on edge feeling, like it works like this. Yeah, maybe it does, but would anyone build like that in reality? Nope. Okay, now that we have night, we do have night, do we not? I wanted to change the speed of the day clock even further. See, I set it to... the normal here on Europa is 0.03, which you can see if you just enter orbit without anything else. Currently I can't see that because it's already changed. So if I go here, this is then 1/5 of that, but I want to go here, so every day would be, instead of 20 minutes, would be 200 minutes. And I want to do that during the night, because saying that in the morning is easy to say. I want to see if that's feasible or if I will be just annoyed by all the night. Yeah, so now we are on a different cycle. More realistic, closer to reality. Yeah. While we're constructing. Now what? I could even have a glass floor here to view down, but I don't like that too much. From down there, it should feel cozy and claustrophobic, and the window doesn't really help with that. Nope. Close. Longer corridor, please. Come on, where is it?
Health low.
Oh.
Hydration critical.
Should be some work lights down here while I'm working down here. Good thing I have some lying around. Okay, we have some stuff missing. Yeah, but that looks different than it looked half an hour ago. This should also be closed up. Or should it be open, maybe? Need more materials. I will certainly need more of those, so let's print more of those. 2 it takes, you say. So if I get 100, I get 50. Give me 100. Yeah, so I here have a stacker which turns on automatically when I get closer because the proximity sensor, but there's in fact 2. So I can be here 500, I can be here 20, or I can be here 100. And when I leave the thing, it will even automatically toss out what it has. Right, I need to not die.
Hunger caution.
I don't like this double sound thing they have going on here. Minecraft also did that, and I dislike that there also. I know that it's supposed to convey variety, and I have no problem with that, and even the way it's implemented, except the parameters are not right. The echo must not become so large that it seriously sounds like 2 distinct things. That's wrong, man. Then it's really just deception. It's cheap And it kind of even implies that you wish that no one notices, which kind of implies that you wish for the people to not have consciousness, when everybody's nature is to be the living will, that everybody has the highest possible consciousness, else you're unnatural. So it's not a good choice. Yeah, it's too borderline insanity. I don't like that. No problem with that, but it's maybe a bit speechy. You're calling something speechy? Yeah, well, because I'm of the opinion that sometimes when I do something it's right and when someone else does the same thing, then it's wrong. Because it's not actually the same thing. Not because someone else is doing it, but because the distinction, or rather the association of what is the same and what is not the same. That's the trick. Is it actually the same? Or does it only seem the same at first glance? Like when someone says, repeats that stupid meme, read it. I'm an enemy of memes, I tell you that. Not of memes on the internet, not that standard stuff, but when people just mindlessly repeat things like, I think, therefore I am. That's the wrong form, that's the wrong form. I perceive, therefore I am. Because when you think, or when you not think, both of these things you perceive. And for you to even make that conclusion and have the thought process, you need to have all that inner perception. So perception is more primary, therefore mindlessly repeating this saying that I think therefore I am, and anyone saying something else is then being told, no, that's not the word to say, what you have to say is that. That is perpetuation of stupidity, of mindlessness. That's the opposite of what we should do, and I object to that, and the people who will do that will be punished. Fair warning. Where exactly would the floor be? Oh, anyway, here needs to be one. Okay, let's weld that shut for now. Every word that you speak shall be reflected in the moment when you speak it, or ideally even before that, of course. Instead of being some mindless chewing of grass that you regurgitated from your stomach. Your speech shall have meaning, or don't speak. Whenever you're speaking, you're expecting someone else's mind to now be busy with your utterings. That's something I'm suffering at work quite a lot, because people too easily think, oh, that guy is sitting right next to me, I will just talk then about whatever, or something that I should have remembered myself, but instead of trying a little bit harder, I will just ask him, he's sitting right there. No, don't. And that too will be punished. I believe in consequence. Because this belief itself is a consequence. I guess the ceiling should be closed here also. Yeah, let's get rid of some of the crap and mine a little. Blast door. Let's hold that up for a second. That's what that thing looks like. And the pressure it can withstand is supposedly limitless. So that's the kind of door I want for the furnace room, which will have high pressure and high temperature. really a room in which you cannot spend too much time, else your waste tank will overflow. Speaking of which... yeah, I guess I should close that up. Yeah, well, there's another meme that is always repeated, which is, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a change, that's the definition of insanity. Or slightly phrased differently. That's of course bullshit, because the term... Of course it is bullshit. If you don't think so, then... Well, then listen up. If you're doing a thing, and you do the thing again afterwards, then it's implicitly not the same thing. Not because it's not that one act, but also because the world has changed, entropy has happened, the time has changed, the machine that you're operating there has had some wear and tear, your arms have changed, the speed in which you do something has changed, everything has changed slightly. So it can be reasonable to keep doing a thing until it works. Even though it looked like the same thing over and over again, it's not the same thing. Of course, that saying isn't entirely wrong, but it is definitely too memeified because of this one game. Far Cry 3 or 4, maybe, where it was said in the beginning, or where it's part of the trailer. It's cool, right? Cool. Dude, what's the truth is the only thing that's cool. Everything else is a mistake. But I find it also cool when there's an astronaut, there's a cowboy kind of guy smoking a cigarette, but that's stupid. And I know that this is basically some kind of insanity that has been imprinted within me throughout my life. You know, it is insanity. It doesn't belong there. Why would you believe that someone poisoning themselves, destroying their body, even wasting money on the process, while also polluting the environment around them, where people might be standing, particularly children, and then they toss that out and throw it to the ground in a cool fashion, you know? Why would anyone think that that is cool? I know, I find it cool too, but I know that this part of my mind is polluted, and I need to clean it up. Crap, I can't get rid of this. See, I mean, I'm not objecting to people smoking. It's their own... I mean, you do whatever the fuck you want, but... I wouldn't do it for reasons that can be listed. It's not like one or two, it's a list. So there's the blast doors, then we have this stuff. Maybe I should change the channel. Yeah, that should work. Yes, I wanted to get some work lights. This is ridiculous. This is the garage at some point in the future. And here are the lights. There are even some batteries. Hoop. It doesn't look good when it changes down here. Also, it doesn't look good when there is this thing on this side. On that side, it's not. Also, there should be a wall here, else I might fall forward. I mean, this is not the way you would have stairs. Ah, let's put a wall here then. This way or the other? I think it needs to be this way, so that it has the same look as the walls around me here. Yep. Bonk. Alright, I have to go here. This is stupid also. By the way, it says here that when you hold R, you can also scroll the mouse wheel, and yeah, that's true. Instead of pressing the key repeatedly, you can just scroll. Oh, this is turning out nicely. Now let's change the stair. This. Oh. Yeah, something needs to be welded up first. Let's put down the thingies. Yeah, you can actually click on a thing like this, and in this way you can insert a battery. I don't know when they implemented this, maybe it's completely old, I don't know. Like you! I'm not old, I mean it's just, you fly around the sun a few times, and that's who you are then. I never cared about my age. I only care about other people caring about my age. And maybe that's indeed the way many people see it, if they would really reflect upon themselves, upon their attitude. Okay, we have some gas flow going on here, which in turn moves this thing, but I don't want it to be moved. Yeah, this mining thing is ridiculous, you know? That it spawns a vacuum which pulls everything towards it. On Venus is absolutely killer. I don't get why that's happening, really. I mean, let's look at this. You can see here we have a capacity of this box here of 8,000 liters. 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. 2 by 2 by 2 is 8. And a cubic meter has 1,000 liters of water on sea level pressure on Earth. So that's why it has 8,000 liters. It's just a number that shows here. Now let's go over here. You can see 7,070 liters. That's because the ground here is diagonal. And here is 3,800. So in other words, the volume changing, they know the amount of change. And then they say, okay, you changed the volume, now we need to fill that up with gas, and it needs to come from somewhere, so it comes from here. And so it streams and streams until eventually it reaches an open world box where there's nothing around it, and then it will just be there magically. Because obviously not the entire planet is simulated. But why can't they just say, when I mine here, then the respective gas shall manifest? What does respective gas mean? Well, maybe that's the tricky part. I'm currently out, this is outdoor atmosphere. Well, okay, their solution is rather simple. They are already doing something which I don't quite understand why they're doing it. When there's a room that is big and it has atmosphere within it that is almost the same as the outdoor atmosphere, then it will be treated as outdoor atmosphere, which I don't understand. Why is that? Oh, look at the stairs here. Let's screenshot that a bit. Yep. But anyway, they're doing that already. So why are they not saying, okay, here is suddenly some new atmosphere, let's see what the surrounding atmosphere is. Oh, that's also worldish atmosphere. Then let's just spawn world atmosphere or a copy of the atmosphere here, because it's a worldish atmosphere. But in the room, they can just indeed do the vacuum thing. So in this way, you cannot replicate your gases. The world atmosphere is replicated anyway. That's why there's this limitation. You know? But this vacuum stuff, my god, what? This is just stupid. I mean, don't tell me that can't be solved better. They'd say, yeah, that's because of this and that, but it's bullshit. It can be done. You just have to find the right hack. Of course, you also should get the fucking financing, and that's not their task. I mean, yeah, it is, but they're doing already what they can, obviously. That should be our task. We should get them the financing. How? By giving them the money. That is how you finance someone. And for what? For the game? Yeah, for the fucking game, man. That's what I'm doing this for, not just for fun, but also to try to convince you. Why are you talking about other things than meanwhile that's off-putting the people? Because I'm not a slave. I'm doing what I want. So see, when I know that my will is like an equalizer, and I know that your will is also like an equalizer, like a multi-band equalizer. When you're doing a thing for a reason, then you're not doing the thing for that reason, you're doing the thing for multiple reasons. And so every slider of that equalizer is in some position there. They're not all at 0. Some of them, or even only one of them, is at the very highest position because that is now the most relevant thing. But ultimately you're doing things for multiple reasons. Yep. So reflect that when you ask someone why they were doing such a thing, and when they then give you an answer, don't swallow that like they said it. Understand there are more reasons. And maybe they even didn't name the most prominent one to you. And intently naming one that is rather not prominent at all, that would then be deception. And thou shalt not lie, huh? I mean, if possible. See, when you lie to someone, and I agree that lying sometimes is the right thing to do. Hey, husband, what did you buy me for my birthday? Was it the jacket that I was so looking for? He's like, yeah, that's what I did. Shit, now you know. What should he say? I mean, that's anyway a problem, because if she says no, then she might think, okay, he didn't buy me that, then I can buy it myself because I just wanted that. It's kind of an unsolvable problem. But I think in such a situation it's alright, if not even advisable, to lie. But in principle, when you ask someone for information, then you're asking someone, what is the current shape of the world? You're not asking for where the wall is, obviously. But in principle, we are not living in this 3D space. You understand that, right? We're living in a probability space. In a space whose walls consist of the probability of things happening up to a scale of 1. And 1 meaning that thing is true, as in the certainty is 100%, like an asteroid hurtling towards Earth, being 1 meter above the ground, certainly gonna hit it, right? Even though it hasn't hit it yet. And there's also the probability of 1, which isn't even a probability at all. It is the manifestation having happened. But otherwise we do live in a probability space, and when you ask someone for information, then you're asking them for the shape of that space. And if you now pull a lying matrix reality over their eyes to blind them from the truth, and then they will be living in that reality because they assume that's the truth. And then they are sent into a maze by you. Now, depending on the scale of that crime, it is indeed a crime. Don't commit it. Don't lie. Well, you have to ease yourself out of that then, if it's a habit. You know? But try to go there. He's preaching again. Yes, I'm motherfucking preaching it again. Because the fucking world needs to fucking hear it. And this is an opportunity for me to get it out. That is why. Now you can choose not to listen. But at least then it's your fault. And not just, well, no one told me and didn't take the time to think about it, so... But now you're encountering it. Now you have to make the choice. Okay. What shall the room's shape be? It's fine to come down here. And I think it looks kind of nice already, except the walls need to be covered with something, of course. And we need some actual lights down here instead of this crap. And then there will be a corridor here, and I think that should go further. Because it should be like a tunnel. Ooh, an ominous tunnel instead of this 3.5 steps. That's not long enough. And we still have some way to go until we're back there where the the fuel thingy is. Weld them shut. Oh. That's kind of stupid this way. There should also be a way over the roof, but to walk over the roof routinely, that isn't right. Hey, wait, I was making this rover video and uploaded it to YouTube. Has it been crunched already? Haha, Stationeers, let's give the controversial rovers a whirl, shall we? Has it been crunched completely? Yes, it has been crunched completely. So it is 2024, May the 17th, 14:50 in the afternoon, which is of course the proper way to say it. I mean 14:50, not in the afternoon, that's how it has already been said. Instead of this stupid 12-hour AM PM crap. Thank you very much. And we will also all be using the following date format, year, month, day. Even though it's not speech pattern-wise flowy, I don't care, that's the way it will be done. And everybody will be able to speak, understand, write and read English. Now, public, safe. And hence the video has been published. Back to business. There's a door here, adorable. There appears to have been construction going on. More steel! Oh. Yeah. 250. How much? How many iron sheets? Well, I need steel sheets galore, so let's just make all of them. I take steel sheets for 100. Okay. Beep bop. Well, maybe it's time to clean up. You have been warned. Hey, what am I not doing? I have the things over here. Okay, 14 only. This...
Air tank low.
Oh, air tank is not high, but instead it is low.
Air tank critical.
Well, so in between videos I made the advanced stuffs, and this means that I also have the sensor lenses now. I didn't yet make the sensor processing unit, so I can see through the soil and see the iron and gold and whatever that I would desire, but we'll get there. At least I have the hard suit. Haven't yet put it on, will do so eventually. How are we doing? What's the pressure? 50 megapascals. No, 50 is that? Wait, what was... The fuel mixture is at... the fuel mixture is ideal at 66 or 67, yeah, it's good enough. Percent volatiles. And the pressure is 50% of the allotted amount of 50 megapascals that I reserved there. So, how are we doing? Here we have... Oh my god, 55 biomass, safe, flip lever. I want to see that in action. Did I really not insulate this pipe here? That is ridiculous. I need to insulate that. The entire pipe, not just the upper part. So we're getting charcoal up here. 78. This stacks high. Charcoal. Look at that. And we're getting more fuel. Yes. Fuel, fuel, fuel. And all of that automatically, apart from what I just flipped here manually. But this should also happen automatically once this thing overflows. I just didn't want to wait. Yeah, the arc furnace stops every once in a while. Why? Because up here the filtration unit cannot keep up with evacuating the pipe, so I set a limit of, I believe, 3 megapascals. Else the pollutant would have too high pressure, would liquefy, and then we would have stress on the pipe, and therefore the arc furnace is, turning off every once in a while. That's why that's happening. Yo. I wonder how much is still left there. Can't see that, too bad. This thing should really have another... Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that now. That shows what's in there and how full it is. Alrighty. Bep. And something to breathe. Right. Oh, I already did that. Okay. This can be turned off. How are we doing power-wise? 80%. Okay. Bit on the withdrawal side. I mean, no, bit low. I should have a transformer and some cables down there in the caves so that we can have a new power network, of course. Let's make a small transformer. Do I have heavy cables? Yes, but not too many. Aha, okay. I would say let's make some heavy cables. Copper, okay. That should be enough by now, I guess. So, do we need more steel frames? Currently not. Let's just turn this off then. Yeah, I think exciting times are ahead. The question is when? 10 years, and 20 years, and 100 years, and 1,000 years? But the conclusion to me is unavoidable. Something profound is about to happen. Could you be any more unspecific? I could be extremely specific, but that would be off-putting. So I'm not. Ah, crap. Man. I wonder if this is something that could also be fixed, though the terrain system will be redone at some point. Maybe I should bring it up anyway. Screenshot. Then they keep an eye out for that when they make the new terrain system, which is already on the way, I believe, in the back stage area. It's not yet merged with main, and I don't know how far out that is. With main, I mean with the with the actual product. You know, beta is still a product. solid. Steel. So we come down here, and there should be, maybe straight ahead, some kind of laboratory glass thing. Or is it too early, mood-wise? I mean, we came just from all the glass, now it's time for steel. Yeah, it should be here on the left. And what will be here? I don't know. Maybe the wall will just be closed. Yeah, the wall shall be closed. And then here shall be the wall with the door. And then there would be an airlock. I don't know where that will lead yet, but it will be there. We need to cover the ground also. Like this. Or how exactly? I mean, this is just the front, you know, the front will not be the entire room. It should be glass wall, door, glass wall, glass wall. Yeah, it should be 4, so it can be asymmetrical without the door being in the corner. But I double-clicked, man. Recognize the double-click. Survey. Dip-de-doo, dip-de-doo, dip-de-doo-doo, doo-doo. Ah, damn. No, they are over here. The ones are over here, the materials. Which way shall they be pointing? This would mean that they're white, I believe. Not sure. Crap. Yep. What door will we use? I would say a glass door that fits with the visual theme of steel and glass, you know, which is a common thing. Well done. Maybe all of these walls will be... I don't know yet. I don't know. And here I would say another steel box. And then I'm not sure. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. what do I have to do to mine this? Oh, that's what I have to do? Yeah, that's why I can't mine that on the ceiling, because I cannot get this close to the ceiling. That's the reason. Hey, let's take a look at how we're doing. Any views already? Stationeers, let's give the controversial rovers a whirl, shall we? 4 views, 1 upvote. Yeah, thank you. Always glad to see. Any comments? No, not that quickly. I haven't yet had spam comments. I mean, no one's saying, hey, buy this, or this is malware, click here so that you get the malware because I'm a Chinese person, or whatever. This racist, yeah, whatever. It's, see, probabilistics and shit. I mean, or should I have said Indian, or whatever, but they are, I don't know. I mean, these centers are there for a reason, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe I'm talking gibberish. So, what the indoors here will look like, I don't know yet. We kind of have already decided to have a wall here. Though I do have a slight tickle that tells me to make a shaft here with a ladder that leads even further down. To mix things up. Oh. I used up all my frames already. And that is framework. Grown. Well, I'm a grown man. I think that's something I valued throughout my life. This thought that why do you have to be different as an adult? You're just adult now, but you're still, I mean, what the fuck? Do what the fuck you want. Be the child if you want. Only an adult would do that, then responsibly. That's the difference. And they would also have the freedom to do so without someone telling them, no, you cannot do that because whatever. Adulthood means to play responsibly in the garden, and to be a child means to need someone who leads you in your exploration of how to play. Sure. There could even be some kind of designed, unfinished looking kind of caverns thing down here whose purpose is only to look unfinished. But then eventually I might even pick up on that and think, dude, let's continue this. This is so inviting. Just here, just in this place. But I don't know yet what will be here. It's a bit like Ravenholm, you know, when you come in here and then... What a quality shooter Half-Life is. I mean, back then at least. These days I want a bit more. And future shooters will of course have atmospherics, like Stationeers has. Maybe not on this level, but it lends itself very well to action gameplay also. When your guns heat up the room, or when you can shoot at a wall long enough so that it catches fire, which might then burn up oxygen from the air, might have excrete toxic fumes. So if there are people nearby, they have to move out of their cover, or that eventually you will also have to leave the room because it's just getting too hot, or maybe someone has to shoot out the window because it's getting too hot, and that could even easily be put into the AI. You just have to measure, is it too hot, is there a window, and then shoot at the window or something like it. And I mean game AI, and not what we have these days, which is fucking baffling to me. I mean, it's not like I don't understand it, but the emergence, the level to which they took this in this time, fuck. Huh. Respect, deep respect. And I regularly use Microsoft's Copilot thing in Edge. I don't use Edge myself, even though it's also a good browser, but I prefer Chrome still. And just ask things that are not so easily found via Google, because, I mean, Google is awesome, but if you want to find a certain thing, how do you phrase that? And, well, when you're in such a situation, then you just ask the AI, and it will tell you. The Copilot is built into the thing. You just have to start Edge, and the right top, you know, where the close button is on Windows, and I only talk about Windows here because Macintosh, goddammit. Whenever I have something to do with Macintosh people at work, I mean, it's like back then 20 years ago when I had to administrate our graphics department. It is absolutely, I hate Macintosh, really, I fucking do. I mean, they're probably good computers by now with their underlying BSD, Linux-ish operating system, but I'm still allergic to them, and when I want to access them via TeamViewer, control keys won't work, shift key. I have one customer, when I want to type some stuff there, I have to ask them, can you press the shift key, please? Because I need an uppercase character. That's how ridiculous this is. This is of course not a Macintosh failing, because certainly the Macintosh can do a fucking shift key. But and maybe it's really just that TeamViewer, the German company, is too lazy maybe to implement that properly on that machine. I don't know what the reason is. But my experiences with Macintosh have always just been fucking annoying. I hate those things. Yeah, maybe it's personal, maybe it's a question of life path. Someone else is taking the opposite path and has maybe the exact same position, the exact same opinions that I have, and they are equally justified for the amount of data they accumulated for that opinion. That might well be so. I mean, we're all subjective. And that fact is objective and can be... Wait, is that a fact? But let's just say it's a reasonable assumption. Okay, there would be a ceiling here also. Oh, yeah, oh. Wait, I just realized that this will then have a floor. And another and then another Do we have some frames here, maybe? Did I not make frames? I did not make frames. I didn't expect to need this many. Cable coil heavy, and then 8 more cables. Good. That's kind of what I wanted. 2 full cable coils. Is the other one also full? 17. So small cables should also be made. Do we still have some extra copper here? I would think so. Yes, so let's make the light cables also. While I'm at it, let's drink something, not through the closed helmet. Man, Stationeers needs more, it needs more, but people, please, it needs more money. If you know someone who could potentially play this game, please get them on board. I have a nice trailer up that I think is well done. I mean, it tells the people, what is this even? Oh, it's a simulation? You can build these things? And with programming and stuff? Okay. I realize I keep censoring myself. Why am I saying stuff when I mean shit? Whatever. And well, get more people on board. Get them in there. Stationeers is ready for that. You just have to help the people to get into it a bit, because for that Stationeers is not yet quite too ready. But, you know, get them in there. We have less than $1,000 a day in revenue, which is not enough, and I'm not even sure if that's the revenue that Rocketworks gets, or if that's actually before Steam gets its almost 50% cut. 50%, motherfucker. You know what that means? It means that little is remaining. We need to get this baby up to about 2,000, then we should be in some kind of financially viable position, and then Rocketworks can lean back and say, finally, this thing is working. We have, we are on the ground level now. You know, it's going. Oh, there was still a cable coil. Huh. Oopsie. Didn't see it in the corner there with all its doom gloomy blackness. Beep. Reload. Channel content, backstage area. 7 views, 2 likes. Hello, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And if you dislike something, go ahead. Of course, I will not like that, but of course I have to accept it. It's your point or your opinion, and often enough I give reason to dislike stuff when the flow is bad, when I'm talking too much side shit, when I'm trying to pretend as if I'm the all-wise guy, which I am, to teach you stuff about how to live and how mind works and how to and so forth. Where do I put these frames? This door is not yet working. It is unemployed. Ha ha ha. What door would I put on the inside? I think it would be appropriate to put a composite door there, so we have some kind of writing of what this is really. This could even lead to the idea of, oh, what is this? Presses airlock cycles. Oh no, I'm not gonna don't go there. No, not there, not there. And other people always say, like and subscribe routinely, and that works actually, that does help. Statistically, it will get people to, oh right, I could actually put this on my bookmark list, which is often what that is, right? You bookmark it instead of actually wanting all the content all the time. And of course, it does help the channel, but I'm just talking meta here, okay? But I'm not doing that because I think that not only is it kind of annoying, I mean I could make it some kind of part of my brand, that I'm showing some logo there, and if you have noticed that recently I have become a bit more, a hint more sophisticated with the song title there and so forth, and this will probably slowly increase over time, but I don't want to do this thing like, hey, do the thing now, do it. Your will. The freedom of your will is almost the highest value that I hold. The only value that I hold that is higher is the freedom of my own will. And see, some people might not like me to say that, but I think we're now beyond the threshold where I'm at least permitted to say it regardless. What does that mean, beyond the threshold? We're not yet beyond the threshold of me being allowed to explain that to you. But we'll get there. Promised. Don't promise what you can't hold. I'm not. At some point I thought these were manufactured differently, but maybe they changed it or I misremembered this. Like this door and the glass door are somehow made in a different way. Never realized how thick these are. Don't say thick, you say differently.
Hunger caution.
Differently diametered. Fuck off. Let's be realistic here. I mean, you don't have to rub it in people's faces, but the truth is still the truth. So if you're referring to a topic, call it by its name. Okay, battery-wise, how are we doing? 61. Maybe it's time to think about the cabling concept. It's looking nice, looking nice. Let's put up those boxes also. You're always saying let's, but then you're doing it yourself instead of letting us do it. Disappointing. So this and that. Let's not think about that further. Oh. I don't know yet. But this can stay open, because this room will be open to the outside. The airlock is here. Huh? What? What's turning on? Man, all this popping in crap needs to fucking change, man. Yep, that is one of the most off-putting things. And I mean, in my personal opinion, Stationeers was performing fine before December 2023. And now they changed it to this popping in thing, which of course makes it more performant, but I can't say that it was too slow ever. I'm falling. Electricity, how does it work? Okay, we have this nice cable up here, which someone lamented was a bit too up there. Well, maybe I should put some kind of wall here and another wall there that kind of stretches it. Too bad we don't have some kind of electricity tower kind of thing that would design-wise lend itself to that. And then we're also on the small grid here, no? Blick, 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 blick. Where would that be placed? Reload. What does it show now? 10 views, 2 likes. Okay, electricity. How do we get this down here? And how do we even get it down here? I mean, I already closed everything up. I remember that when I played a station, I don't know where it was on Mars, one of my early Stationeer days, where I also used iron frames then, or steel frames. It was iron frames in that case, which I would close up. But then I wouldn't be able to get in there. Then I was wise enough to put a pipe through that thing, and another pipe, and a cable, and then I closed it up. And in the end, then it turned out, yep, I needed all 3 of them. Not the stupidest thing to do, but also not the end-all answer. So here I have some... No, I'm losing orientation. Where's what? Yep, here. I could open this up again here and leave the cable down there. Yep, let's do that. All of us? Yes, all of us. Let's do that now. Repeat after me. Click here and... Oh. But no way around it. Could the transformer also be on the ceiling? It could be, it appears. Not the dumbest thing to have. That would indeed mix things up, wouldn't it? Though, down here, I don't know what the things I will buy. No, what am I talking about? I can swap out the transformer for a different one if I need it. Until then, it's gonna be a small one. Yeah, some pipes on the ceiling would also be cool. What kinds of walls will I have in here? Well, certainly not the white kind, because that is here already.
Waste tank caution.
Is that on the inside or on the outside? Aha, there. So I have to do this then here.
Hunger critical.
Some lights would be fine down here. So let's get a light for here, one for here. Let's get 10 lights for start. Yep. And leave the materials here. I don't need to take them with me every time. I will need some more walls. I need all of it a bit more, so let's take all a bit with me. Ich nehme das jetzt mit mir, damit ich herausfinde, damit ich mir merken kann, was ich denn brauche. Jawohl. Links 2, 3, 4. Less frames than I had hoped. For that I need more steel. Yeah, it would be cool if I would set up a thing. Should I set up a thing where I tell this thing what to produce and how much of it, instead of doing the clickeria every time? I could use the hash generator and then select with this. Ow. Dude, double dude. I think we're gonna do that. A memory chip, please. Gold and copper, please. Not this much, no. 200. How much gold do we have? Not too much, actually. I thought I had more. Need to go mining again. And now, logic memory, and then some lights. So this logic memory thing I would use with the screwdriver to select what recipe I want to print here. And then I also need to select the amount, for which I need a logic kit dial switch kind of thing, whatever its name is. So did I put steel in there? I did not. Where did I put the steel? Did I not touch that at all? Did I just put iron in there instead of steel? Oh, that might be it. 75 frames seems a bit overkill. What am I producing there in the first place? Oh, how many switches do I want? I don't know, all of them? 5. Ha! No, I have 5 switches. And this switch would be here on the wall, where I can then select with a dial how many I want. And I would have to, let's see what that looks like. Okay, it can even be connected. This is probably round and round we go. So it's all connected, yup. Then the hashy thingy. Have to be right next to it then. Where's the logic memory thing? Do I have that on me? I do. I do! Hash generator. There's no room here for that thing, which I find mildly off-putting, to say the least, in a careful manner. But I believe I just found the answer. The answer is I need to drink something, and that's not true. I need to eat something. Ha! I just lied. No, that's not true.
Hydration critical.
Intentionally deceiving, aka lying, which is what every store in the world does when they tell you this article costs $1.99. I mean, they're telling you the truth, it costs $1.99. But they are banking on the fact that you, or I mean statistically, the statistical you, not exactly you, but enough people, you know, like when you send spam mail, who's gonna fall for that shit? But someone does, else the shit wouldn't be financed, however little money it takes to spam 1,000 people. Man, I hope all those people beep. All spammers in the world shout beep. Well, when they say $1.99, then they are hoping that the average you will not realize that that's $2, because that's what it is. And so they are trying to deceive you. It's like when someone would... it's actually akin to mumbling something. When someone says, yeah, did that thing not... And the not is very not loud or whatever. I know the example is stupid. It was an ad hoc example. But, you know, when they intentionally make you not understand either, well, I kind of said it, not so out loud, but I kind of said it, it's right there. So it's in the video. You can, you know. That's shit, man. That's lying. So, I mean, in that future, we will have, of course, prices which are less stupid. And something costs $2, it shall be $2 and not $1.99. Right, this is working. Man, I can't believe this is the first time ever that I do this in Stationeers. After 1,200 hours, 1,200 real in-game hours, I will finally enjoy setting something to... Wait, oh, there he is, okay. Something to produce, like 10 or 20 of something that I choose. I will choose what to produce, and I will choose how many of it. Does this work? It does. So here we have all the things that the game has, everything. So we can say, for example, sheets, as in steel sheets, which have now been chosen. Now I need to use that hash generator in combination with the dial. That would then be the amount. I still don't know what to produce. I still would need a trigger to start the production, wouldn't I? Oh man, this is complicated. A good thing, eventually they will, at least it's something that I've heard quite a few times, they will implement Lua, which is a script language, I believe. I don't know really Lua, so if someone out there is a Lua enthusiast and I'm saying something completely stupid, sorry. People can easily look that up on the net, but in principle they can program stuff with that. For example, Ops Studio, which I'm using, this recording software, also has Lua as a scripting language where you can define or program stuff. And but when I heard it mentioned by the developers, then that they would implement this, then it was always mentioned in the context of people saying, complaining here about the consoles or the L consoles. They need to be different, blah blah blah. And so my assumption is that this will primarily or definitely also be able to be used to design your own user interfaces. And so then we could have a console here with a button and a dial and a slider and a thing and something in the corner, and you click and then it will be replaced with something else that has two buttons. One is saying, are you sure yes, are you sure no? You know, that kind of stuff. Dynamic, interactive, freely designed stuff. Let's look after the plants. I remember when I'm looking at the clock up there counting down the daylight count, there's another daylight counter over here. How are the plants doing? And why do I still occupy myself with that? Barely growing towards fruiting. Still? And why? Light deficiency. Is still light deficient? God damn it. Well, then let's change the light counter. Grow light clock is still selected. Always make sure that the drop down is showing the right thing. And actually there's a bug that someone mentioned. I haven't yet experienced that myself, not to my knowledge, but it's in the Steam forum, a rather current post. It says that
Jetpack low.
when you're using here the laptop and you have a chip in here and you want to export your code into that thing, then you have to make sure that the laptop as the target device where the chip is slotted is actually selected. I've never had that it is not selected, but apparently it's a possibility. So if you're wondering why that's not happening, that guy is the culprit. Same reason when you're trying to program something and for whatever reason that doesn't seem to work, always check your cabling and always check that you exported that into the right chip. And if it wasn't exported in the right chip, then don't fret. Just open your word.xml, the save game, you know. If you have listened to my advice, or if you are wise enough, then you will have installed the program Everything. It is by Void Tools. If you Google the word everything, which is like one of the most generic terms you can possibly look for, then you will find as the first hit, which tells you something, since Google vets its results somewhat and ranks them, then you will get as the first hit the program Everything by Void Tools, and I can only recommend unconditionally that you install that on every machine that you ever use. Windows machine. What does it do? Well, when you have downloaded it and when you've installed it, it will then ask you whether it should be installed as a service or whatever. I think installing it as a service is good. Just say yes to that. I have experience with services. I have developed some. Well, I've made some software with which was then run as a service. That basically means if you start the computer and you are not yet logged in, the service is already running. You don't have to log in for that. That's one of the key aspects of that. Anyway, that's not the point. So when you install that then, and you start it, then it would say scanning hard disk. And then after about 10 or so seconds, it will be done scanning all your, at least the names, not the content, the names of your like 3 or so million folders and files. This is all the time it takes. And henceforth, it will track any changes, new files being created and so forth. It can even do that on servers, though then it might not actually be able to keep up with the, because the messaging there is a bit different than when it's on the same local machine. So, but anyway, so now when you open the window of that thing, you will just have it will just be empty. There will be a search bar at the top into which you can type. You can well, I'm saying just be empty. Not true. It will be full, but it will just be a box, one box, but no buttons or something, and that will be a list. And that list will show you the file name and the directory name or whatever is listed down there, and the date of change and the date of creation and the folder name and the size, and you can rearrange those columns if you wish. You can also change the sorting. You can also define what your default sorting should be in the settings, and you will see all your files and folders. And when you type something in the search bar, you will instantly, like without delay, get a new search result that is respectively filtered down to what you've typed there. And it uses the kind of search that I also implement in my softwares, in my programs, which is a substring search. So if the word is like Roger and you type it GER, then it will find Roger, everything that is has GER in it. And if you type then something else after a space, like RO for example, then it will only find things that have RO and GER in it. In this way you can then filter it down. It also has a lot of options, like you can say PIC : pic, as in picture, which means it will find all pictures, and audio and video you can use also as key, search terms. If you want to exclude a phrase, you can for example say, yes, I want to find everything with GER, like Germany, but not Roger. So you can type GER space exclamation point and then RO in no space between exclamation point and RO. You will find instantly everything on your machine, which is of course a privacy issue if the machine is used by multiple people, because if you have some hidden folders, then those will be exposed, and exposed might even be the term regarding the subject matter. But see, I can only suggest that you install the word everything, the program everything. You will absolutely change the way in which you use a machine. I have that of course behind a hotkey that can be configured in the settings. I'm using Shift Windows F as in find. Shift Windows F is what I used, and this has proven good over years. And so if I want to find something, let's say, what is it that I could find? Obviously, normally you know what you want to find, but I want to create the scenario. So what do I want to find? Yeah, for example, I have this screenshot of what Richard Feynman has said at the end of the Rogers Commission report regarding the Challenger catastrophe. So I will press Shift Windows F, then I say Feynman, Richard, I'm not sure if it was Feynman with a Y. Richard, nature, there it is. Now I have two search results, and they are the same. I just have that in two places on my PC. Richard P. Feynman. For a successful technology, reality must take precedence over public relations. For nature cannot be fooled. Richard P. Feynman. That I think everybody should learn and take to heart, and of course take it as a metaphor instead of the way it was meant, because it was meant quite literally. Or at least it was written in a quite literal context. How it was meant, I don't know. Shift Windows F, and then I still have that up right now, even though the window was opened anew because it remembered the previous term, but that is also optional, I think. Then you can I can also type like, let's say type desktop, and then I will obviously find everything that has desktop in the name. But now I press Ctrl U, which will just toggle something that I could also have toggled in the menu. The search menu now, which is menu options, has now the match path option tagged. And this means that now it will find anything in whose path also, even if the term only occurs in the path, then the name, the file, the directory that is listed here, even though it's not fitting, will be shown. And so in this way I can just find everything that is on my desktop, because desktop is part of that path, and even in the subpath of the desktop. I mean, this thing is like omnipotent, and I actually sometimes I thought, oh, there's a feature missing, and then I actually went so far as to write the author, and I got an email back, and the email, and I did that again, and again I got an email back, and then henceforth I'm refraining from writing them an email, because every time the answer was where I would find that. Because the feature is in there. That thing has the feature. If you think the thing should have this and this feature, is most probably in there. Everything. Get it, please. And then change your life, your PC life. Because your file handling will accelerate by 10%. A realistic 10%. Definitely. Every day. Do it. Where was I? So I'm standing here next to the plants. Yes, I wanted to change the clock. Setting, countdown. What is the setting? 1400 and 1000. The day duration is only that. Maybe I wanted to do it opposite and just forgot. But let's say 1300 and 1100, which is 24, because I want to keep it at... how does this work? Well, let's see. One day in the game, at least from the perspective of the plant, I mean I've changed mine now to 200 minutes, is 20 minutes long. And so since the game tick is almost exactly 1/2 second, 2 half seconds is 1 second, 120 seconds then is 1 minute, so 12,000 seconds, 1200 seconds then is 10 minutes. So 2400 seconds then is 20 minutes. And so 13 and 11 should be one whole game day for a plant. Export. And since this means the day will now be shorter, I will toggle this, which will induce some stress. And again, and now the day starts over. And now the fucking plant should get enough fucking light. Still light deficient. Is the light not getting here or something? Oh, the light intensity is 0? Are you fucking kidding me? From here? %80 light. There's no light coming to these. Oh. What the fuck? Huh. Okay, let's try something then. Obviously an engineering emergency I want to take care of. Yeah, let's actually change this overall cabling completely. Yeah, music, I like this stuff, but let's make it a bit more lively. Do these things have a name? No, they're just grow lights. Okay. So let's see if I can put those vertically and if everything will then be lit. Yeah, the first one shall be vertical here. Then I can check if this one still gets light. Though it should, because the next one will be there. Okay. Okay, then let's stress the plants even further. Factory style, as in everything in one go. It's also something I recommend you do when you do some kind of work, be it in a household or be it at work when you're packaging stuff or whatever. Embrace it, try to be efficient, try to be good at it, try to enjoy it, because now that you have chosen to do it, I mean that's the thing, it's like with smoking cigarettes. And you kind of don't want to, maybe, I mean some of you want to, some of you don't, and if you want to do that, then okay, I find it stupid, but it is your choice and I will not call you stupid, only that aspect of yourself I would call stupid. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is... Oh, now I lost track. Probably because it caused some rumble, huh? Where's the light? Here it is. No, where's the grow light? There. So I'm saying that when the will is torn, it is inefficient. When you're trying to stop smoking, you might think, well, I want to stop, but I can't. This chemical addiction within you, which people call an illness, is actually a mental illness. Because I have detected with certainty, and you can take that to the bank, that the problem there is that your mental activity as a human being hasn't yet climbed to the frequency level where the chemistry is telling your brain that you want to smoke. Your brain is being told that you want to smoke, and that is then becoming a part of your will. Your will, that's the key issue here, your will. Why are these things not turning on? Oh, now they are. And so your will is being told by the chemistry that you want to smoke. A part of yourself, though, says, I don't want to. What you have to do is you have to climb with your mental activities, with your mental perception, onto a higher levels, to a higher resolution, higher logic level, and so forth. Refine yourself, clean up skepticism, dispel disbeliefs, and all of that. And then you will be able to dispel such addictions by making the decision. It will still be some work that you have to do, but you will be able to do it because your mind is supreme. Your mind is the ruler of your body. You have, though, to make the choice. You have to make the choice to rule your body. And that is a slow work of ascending higher and higher in the control level of your system. And so once you have climbed to that level, then you can decide not to have this divided will. This will that on the one hand, on the lower level, the person is saying, I don't want to smoke anymore. But the higher level, of course, the chemistry in which your brain is embedded is higher. But you can climb to that fucking level. And then you can say, well, I'm just as strong as this chemistry is, and I have decided, no, I don't want to smoke, and therefore I will not do it. Then your will is no longer divided on the issue. You will still feel the tickle, or what the term is, you will feel the push, but you will be able to overcome it. You will become the boss. So now back to topic. The topic was a divided will. See, when you have to see, when I keep saying in my videos, tomorrow I have to work, I don't want to work, and good thing tomorrow I don't have to work because I have a vacation day, and on Monday is a holiday. But that is not me being torn. See, when I'm there, when I'm at work, then I'm 100% there. Then I'm focused, then I'm striving, then I'm trying to be productive, and I'm trying not to waste time with standing around, talking to people. I'm not even eating at work. I mean, some of you know by now that I don't only eat one time a day. I eat in the evening, and I also drink in the evening. During the day, I do not waste time or body chemistry activity on that. I will just be 100% focused mind. Now they should all have their light. Is that... Didn't I have... Yeah, 100% focused mind, huh? Yeah, but anyway, didn't I have more than 16? I don't know where those went. Did they just fall through the world or something? No, they're up here. Never mind. That's what I'm saying. When you are trying to do something, even if it's a tedious work, try to be in it. Try to be 100% in the moment. Try to make the most of it. Focus on it. Try to make more of it. For example, when you're having like 10 cartons, packages that you have to unpack into a place, and then you have to take things out, and then you have to label them and stuff a thing in, then repackage that. Try to do that perfectly. Stack them up. Sort them by serial number. Open them one by one. Take the things out one by one. In this order. Not one device, not one package, but do it factory style. Because then your personal, physical and mental flow can focus on this simple task and can do it optimally. And then you do the next task of taking these things out of the box. Then you do the next task of taking them out of the bag. Then you do the next task of writing the thing on it. Then you do the next task of sticking something into it. And then the next of putting them back in the bag, and then back in the carton, and then putting the cartons back in the stack. That is how you do it, because that is the optimal way to do it. And you want to do everything in your life optimally. You're not a machine, no, but you want to do everything optimally. And this task I'm talking about is of course a repetitive task, therefore implicitly is a robotic task. But you want to do that robotic task optimally. And then when you return to your other things that you're doing which are not robotic, then you do those optimally. Always try to be the best that you can be at whatever you do. And this then will also mean that you will do the things better. I don't know how I got there with the torn will of doing something, but yeah, with taking this down, the factory style, you know? Because now it was easy for me to do that, and I could even optimize the way in which I placed the cables, because it was not first this task, then that task, and then I would like lose that flow out of my mind again and focus on the next flow. See, flow is an important thing. Doors are an important thing. What the fuck? Now he's talking about doors? Yes, because outside or inside there's a different flow. A door is a flow threshold, quite literally. And that is why the situation when you enter a room is so different. I mean, maybe you're not sensitive to that, but you can become sensitive to it. That's the way it is. And you can utilize that. Utilize everything that you can. Use everything as a ladder, as a stair, as a girder, as something you can lean on to accelerate, propel yourself forward, become more stable, become a rock, become as real as the reality in which you are embedded, become a force of nature. Why not? Choose to become that, you will become it. I promise you. You just have to make the choice. So, I want to produce this with the hash generator. Now this will turn off. And I have to toggle the production. I think I will need another button for that, which I don't like, but I guess I have to live with it. Good thing we still have buttons. So there would then be a production toggle button. Where though? Everything is full here. Hidden behind this thing? Yeah, why not? Then I can't accidentally toggle it. How would I cable this up then? I think everything is connected with everything here, so... Can I toggle this? I can't. Yeah, this is... Like, everything is more convenient then. Let's make 10 sheets of this, haha! And then I'm like, okay, let's start the production process. That's bad. Can the cable not be in a different place, please? Let's study the cabling outside. Again, what's this? A day of speed of day? The day of speed? Day of speed, haha. Is, okay. This is the connection, this is vital. This can't go away, but maybe it can be in a different place. The button could be up here.
Jetpack critical.
Jetpack critical? That's redonkulous. Yeah, well, let's put that there then. And remove it from the left. Oh, the jetpack is so critical it's no longer functional. Not bad. Oh. Yeah, this is the classic case of my reach and my grasp, huh? Sigh.
Jetpack low.
What the fuck am I doing? This was right.
Jetpack critical.
And then he fell again. Yep, that should work.
Jetpack low.
It is telling me that again because the pressure in the airlock was very low, and so the jetpack was still functional.
Jetpack low.
But now the pressure is higher.
Jetpack critical.
Again, so it's informing me yet again. Don't forget to turn this on, else there will be an explosion. I had that actually today. Oh, I said that out loud. Now it's a recording. Yeah. This should move to a different place. I need the jetpack for this. No, I don't. Okay. Huh, I'm getting a reminder here. Oh, it's already that time of day. Okay. Ah, forget it. Let's just continue. I have 4 days off now, man. Including today. Oh, right. I just confused the days. Not today is my... what the fuck? Can I rewind and do that over? I don't want to talk so much wrong shit. Okay, button. This is the Autolathe. Henceforth known as lathe. Lathe dial. Oh, that worked. Huh. Lathe, hash. And lathe, trigger. Hash, trigger, dial. Hash, trigger, dial. Okay, now for something completely different. Atmospheric and miscellaneous import. How much space do we still have on this thing? Not enough. This thing is full. Then electrics, import. It's calculating the texture because this is all cheating. What they're doing here, I mean, this is not an actual code editor, even though it is. They're utilizing textures, and this is the texture, that's the texture. That's why this thing is also so line oriented. But this thing is also full. Then plant clock still has some space, but I don't want to abuse the plant clock for this. But I also don't want to put up another chip now. Or do I? There's still room for a chip. Let's put up another chip and call it production. Was that right? Maybe now I have some stuff in there that shouldn't be in there.
Airtime critical.
Yeah, it's minor. Maybe it will not actually be felt by me, but at some point when I start breathing heavily, I should remember that I need to flush my suit. Hey, interesting statistic that actually my boss told me a few weeks ago, and that guy does have a brain. He's has studied electronics, and has dealt with the I think the guy who invented the LED personally. Yep, and at least that's what he keeps telling me. I don't know the truth, and has dealt with the guys of LG personally and other companies over there. I mean, it's, this you can take him seriously. And so he told me that he read something, and he told me that because apparently he has gauged it to be true, and that is that there's a recent study regarding the houses, and if you have a house that is insulated well, you might think then if all windows are closed, then this will mean that your that you will not get enough air, you know. But I think now, stupidly, I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was 1 hour. It only takes 1 hour for the entirety of the gas in the house to have been exchanged, even in one of the modern such houses. Which is intense if you think about it. If you think of living in some kind of almost hermetically sealed building or something, but no, not at all. So maybe the number is incorrect, so I'm sorry about that then. But please, or maybe it can, let's just, I would just ask Bing. Aha, or rather, this thing. How long does it take for the entire atmosphere to have been exchanged inside a normal, well, what do you say, a living house, what the fucking term? Normal house, just a normal house whose insulation is up to most modern standards, question mark. How long does it take for an entire atmosphere to have been exchanged inside a normal house whose... Let's see if there's an answer. Doesn't need to be the truth what's coming up here now, but let's see if there's an answer at least. The rate at which... Now it's writing the words one by one for whatever stupid reason, and I asked it actually why it is doing that at one point, and it told me so that you get the experience that someone is actually typing that. And that's stupid, man. I mean, doing that slowly, yeah, it's okay, but this slowly? The rate at which outdoor air replaces indoor is described as the air exchange rate. The American Society of Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers, ASHRAE, ASHRAE, recommends that homes receive 0.35 air changes per hour, but not less than 15 cubic feet of air per minute. This is the minimum ventilation rate, blah 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 blah. So to calculate how long it would take for an entire atmosphere in a house to be exchanged, you would need to know the volume of the house. Okay, that's not the question actually. Well, okay. That's not what I mean. My question is, if I leave all doors and windows closed, how long would it take for all air to have been refreshed despite everything? Well, okay, how long would it take for all air to be refreshed? Question mark. After all, the building is not hermetically sealed. So let's continue here. Is the housing already printed? No. Did I already... What's happening? Yep, it is printed. So let's put that up. That housing, which is even the topic, it currently doesn't have the focus. It might actually not continue typing. Ah, it's typing. Okay. So what is saying? I see. You're asking about the air exchange rate in a well-insulated and sealed house with all doors and windows closed. This is a great question. Even in a well-sealed and insulated house, air exchange still occurs due to natural ventilation through small gaps and cracks in the building envelope. This is known as infiltration. The rate of this air exchange can vary depending on factors such as quality of the building's insulation and sealing, weather conditions, and the pressure difference between the inside and outside. I forgot to turn down the volume again, huh? After the mining. Is estimated that a well-sealed house has an air exchange rate of 1 to 2 air changes per hour. What the fuck? On average, it's estimated that a well-sealed house has an air exchange rate of 1 to 2 changes per hour. 1 to 2 changes even if you have all doors and all windows closed in a well-insulated house. Let's see what the source is here, because it kind of matters. Sealed.com, the definitive guide to air sealing your house. Okay, that sounds good. There's a second source. Which source is that? EcoHome, ventilation and air ventilation and air exchanges. Ventilation and air exchanges sounds like they want to sell you something that makes sure that your house exchanges its air, which means that they would benefit from the information that the air does not exchange without their hardware built into your house. And so if this is given as a source, then this should mean that the information is good. Alrighty, now we've learned something. Which is how you source shit. So we have this. I cannot use this cable because it's a dead cable just coming from there. It's just for me to measure the wind speed, which for those who haven't, witnessed it, I have put up here. Oh, behold, this genius idea. Yeah, this thing will always adapt its top level to the maximum thing that came within these 30 seconds. And so every 25 or something seconds, I fake a peak for two game ticks, so that we don't have a race condition where this thing might not see that one peak and might just keep happily going, assuming that everything is low. And so I'm making sure that we have some kind of constant graph going on, even though the values shown are always low, like this. This is the wind speed again, and you can see here this 250, that is just that peak that I'm putting in there artificially. During a storm, the peak I'm putting in there is 800, but otherwise... So, and this is the current battery level, which is falling. Interesting. then we have then we have the difference between now the battery level and one game tick before the battery level. And so you can see the difference is a positive number. The current value is minus the previous value is higher. So we are charging the batteries up. That is why it's near. And this is again this kind of spanning this thing in two directions thing. You know, this valley and peak thing. This is supposed to be the same thing in a long term, but I haven't yet developed that. I don't know if I can even do that. And I will now eat something. And drink something. And change the field of view to something less telescopic. And let me talk about field of view again, because too many people haven't heard it yet. The field of view that you set in a game is not arbitrary. In a first-person 3D game like this, the interface this is an actual interface. To call it just, oh, it's the game with graphics, that's wrong, man. This is an interface type, and the type has certain aspects to it. And a key aspect to it is that it replaces your own human vision. And this means that the geometry needs to follow the same lines that you would have to see in that distance. For example, if you would input your home into the computer now and would carry that as a projection in front of you on a screen, perfectly aligned with the reality around it, as if the screen were actually a window, though it's not, it's the computer graphics rendering just aligned. This means that if you pull the screen closer to you, so it will become effectively bigger, then this means that you need a higher FOV, so that more is shown on the screen. Yep, there's no doubt about that. It's objective, and since we have evolved over thousands of years, if not millions, to have this field of view, then yeah, that's the objective value that you need then. And if you have a certain now, what field of view you have to set in a first-person 3D game depends, of course, on your effective screen size. And effective screen size, that's the combination of actual physical screen size versus how far you're sitting away from it. Now this sounds like a complex formula, but it's not. Just try to find out what feels right, and that's what it is then. What I do is I do this, and I zoom in, and now it feels a bit telescopy. And this, now it will feel as if it's distorty, and there's kind of a circle being emerging in the screen. This is kind of correct, and yeah, roughly. And of course over time you will feel blah blah blah. So, and also your screen, when you play a game like this, should be as big as possible. Your effective screen size. Because of course the interface's purpose is to replace your own human vision. And you can only utilize that interface well if your human vision is actually being replaced. So the screen should be big. And that is why my screen is big. I have a 50-inch screen here, and I can touch it with my hand, and this is also how I work. That's something you can get used to. But anyway, you should try to have a big screen when you play a first-person 3D game, else you're doing it objectively wrong. There is nothing, you can say nothing. You can say nothing to show that this is not so. It is objectively so, period, end of story. Of course, your justification of doing it different might be sound, but you cannot say that it is the right way to do. You can only say under your circumstances it makes sense. This is IC Housing Electrics, and that is... okay, I have actually swapped these. This needs to be here. And this needs to be here. I mean, it doesn't matter, this is not functional. This is just because I want to keep things neat and tidy. And so here, now we have an IC housing, which is production. So, let's go to the IC housing production, import. Could also use the clear button, of course. And now we have the Autolathe, we have the dial, we have the button, and we have the hash generator. All of these things we need to put in there. Let's prepare the source code accordingly. And pause, because I'm on a food timer and I haven't yet taken a shower, for I didn't yet install one. Define class Autolathe. I mean, how many Autolathes will I have in one network? Let's just Yeah, I can keep it like this. I don't need the instance then. Hash structure Autolathe. This is a guess. I don't know if this is correct. Define. Or like this maybe? Probably. Then some gap. Class button hash structure logic button. Define. There might be multiple buttons here, so ins but lathe hash lathe dot button. I think a trigger. That's the trigger, right? Trigger, not trogger. Trogger is a different word, which might not exist even. Trigger. Though, if you ask my stupid Google Home device, which is shit, I cannot recommend it. Don't get one. I don't know if Amazon Alexa is good. I don't know. I cannot tell. I have no experience with it, except I had it for a few days and I gave it back because I wanted to use it in English here in the German country, because this is a product that comes from the English language, and therefore, and also IT comes from the English language, and therefore English as a standard language makes sense anyway. And so I want the optimal functionality, I want the optimal pronunciation and voice of the device. Therefore I wanted to use it in English, and it was quite a struggle with a very willing and eager Amazon support, but ultimately they could not pull it off. The device, I could not use it here in English. The setup process didn't finish. I can only use it in German, in the German language, in Germany. That's completely fucking ridiculous. And so Google Home can do that, so I'm using Google Home then instead. But that thing is shit. I mean, everything you tell it something, it will try to find a song on Spotify, which I haven't, which I don't have that. It's just trying to sell you that so that you get an account and pay for that and such. And since there are like a million songs out there, there will so often be a song or a band that has just the name of the thing that you set up, like Turn On The Fan, and then it's playing Turn On The Fan music from Spotify, or whatever kind of stupid bullshit it will then do. Anyway, define class dial hash structure logic dial, maybe, I don't know. Define ins dial hash lathe dial. Define CLS hash hash structure hash generator. And define, maybe there are multiple CLS ins hash lathe hash lathe hash, I guess. Save. So let's see what the truth is. So structure logic button, that's alright. Now the auto. Fuck. Autolathe is structure autolathe. Aha, 2 words, structure autolathe, fine. And then we have the logic dial, which is structure logic dial. Structure logic dial. I swear I've never used this like this. Wait, maybe once, but this would be half a year ago. Structure logic dial. And then hash generator. Structure logic hash gen. Okay, that's a different one. Now let's confirm the names that I chose. Lathe trigger, lathe dial, lathe hash, trigger, dial hash, trigger, lathe hash, lathe dial. Okay, everything is set for me to do the thing. Let's therefore do the thing. What has been chosen? I cannot even see that. Okay, that's a bit disappointing. Didn't I already set that? I didn't. Didn't I already choose the sheets? No, I mean, okay, it has been chosen, but I can't see it here. I guess I will have to put up a console also that shows me then what has been chosen. That's ridiculous. Dude, this is a bug. Why is it showing me that? Okay, screenshot. Man, the amount of bugs I keep reporting. The game isn't ready. The game is ready yet. It's just not polished. There will be a version 1.0. Not within the next few years, I hope. I hope they will keep fucking building on this before they make the big release, which will kind of cement its flow, and then they will keep working on this, of course. But, I mean, the original inspiration was Space Station 13. That's also why they keep saying this is a multiplayer game. Multiplayer, though, still has considerable bugs compared to single player. Anyway, they will put in nuclear power. They will put in, probably, they said they will probably do that, but there's no timeline for that yet. They will probably put in terraforming, which means that you can actually change the atmosphere and climate of the planet. There's a mod for that already. It's hugely popular, that's why they're considering this. And also they have seen that, oh, this can actually be done with our engine. So yeah, why not implement this then? And there will be a terrain change that comes this year. And that's the things off the top of my head. So sheets for the umpteenth time have been chosen, but for whatever reason this is not showing here. Can I fly? Lathe hash state is this. Okay, I can see the hash, but I cannot see what the hash means. So I would have to put up a console hash display then. Annoying. Where would I put this thing? Console. Console. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, Eliza. I mean, the voice actress, or I mean, it's probably not a voice actress, but just someone who, maybe someone they know or whatever, or someone who keeps listening to that and said, "Hey, you could do this for you," and they're like, "Yeah," and they're collaborating a few times. That's how this can come about. I mean, this is, that's I think what it is. It's not really a commercial product, right? Where would I put this? On the ground here? But I keep saying that because in Deus Ex Human Revolution, Eliza Cassan was kind of properly acted. That worked. But in Deus Ex Mankind Divided, kind of the voice director and the voice actress, I don't know who fucked up, but it was sounding just completely ridiculously stupid. I mean, like Ben Stiller and really super ridiculously good looking. In Zoolander. What a spacey fucking name for a film or for a person. Zoolander. I was interested in that film because of the fucking word, man. What is that film? Zoolander. Oh. That doesn't work. Yeah, just turn it then. They changed the animation speed of things recently. That though doesn't look like an animation to me. Though maybe that's what they also changed then implicitly. Maybe that's the same mechanism. Why did they change that? Well, they changed the way it is implemented. First, it was implemented as how was it defined? I think it was defined as some kind of speed, but now it is implemented as some kind of duration. And so yeah, that's quite different. Now I would choose the hash generator as the source, and then we should see up there. Where's the disk? Good thing we can zoom here, that's very convenient. Let's go to the top, because that's normally where the newest things that I've installed are to be found. And there is the lathe hash. And we have steel sheets. Alrighty. And another 50 watts down the tubes. Like these other 50 watts which I also am using. Close, please. Oh. Yeah. Okay, now let's hard code the production of one thing on this thing. Let's do that. Okay. And here we go, there's the logic stuff. We have a stack pointer, I don't care about that now. We have the execute recipe, that's what I want. Wait until next valid, I don't want to do that. Jump if next valid. this is something you can put in there, and then after that you can put the recipe, execute recipe thing as the next statement. I don't know though what it will do. How it will behave if you don't put wait until next valid or jump if next valid. What will it do? What's the default behavior? Let's see what the logic says. Maybe it can be concluded. Maybe these things are not mutually exclusive. Maybe they don't are exact pendants. Wait until next valid. If this is not given, will it then just try to execute that? Yeah, maybe it will realize it can produce that and will then skip to the next. But here we say jump if next invalid. Yeah, but this is a jump decidedly to a location, while this would possibly just skip them. So my assumption is if you put a recipe statement in there that cannot be fulfilled, it will automatically skip to the recipe after that. So in other words, I could now say produce 10,000 or how many of the thing, which is impossible, and then after that I will make a recipe that does make sense, and with this then we can study whether this actually behaves so, which I have logically concluded based upon this here. Wait until next valid is a statement you can make, but if I don't put this, what will it do then? Well, apparently it will just skip over the next thing automatically. And this jump if next valid is actually a jump to address if invalid. This is the same thing except without a condition. It jumps to an address, and this locks the device, and this ejects a certain reagent. So we could say eject all gold. Maybe we should try that first because that's most interesting. And then we could say eject all reagents. I like when I flip the lever. And missing recipe reagent. Yeah, that's I think something that you don't write, but you can find it written automatically in a place. And then you can read it out and evaluate what's missing. That's I think how that works. Yeah, anything more here? Versions, tier 1, tier 2. What is this? Alright, this doesn't refer really to the device, but to the manufacturing of it. No, this refers to the device. Energy cost is 10% higher here with the advanced version that we have, and build time though is only 2/3 of the normal build time. And of course it has more recipes. I really dearly wish they would put into the Autolathe a filter here that allows you to say I only want to see the things that are new since I have the modded one, or only the old ones, you know? Because that would be most interesting. Now that I have this thing, what are the new things that I can build? Or maybe I only want to see the old ones, for example. Anyway. So what do I have to do? I have to write to the device. For that I need to write directly, because I need to write to the stack, I think. What was that again? Was it SD? I actually have to look it up. Don't have that in my head yet. So let's look for the beta changelog on Stationeers. Oh, there's a message. Personal message request. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, I wanna respond to that. Okay, that's the developer of Pencura, and that guy is also super friendly and super interactive. I mean, I was saying something in the forum, like, hey, the field of view would be nice if we could set the maximum a bit higher, and he's like, yeah, currently it's implemented like this, and there are plans to maybe implement that differently, but if that's a problem for you, I can push that higher up the stack. And then I said, la 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 blah blah, and now it's in there. It's in there a few days ago, and now it's in there since today. And he wrote me a PM because he detected from in-game feedback that I sent that it was probably me who sent that, and then he's asking me for whatever reason. I don't know what that is yet. Okay, Autolathe. Yeah, I wanted to see here in Discord in the beta change log. Scroll. No, in the announcements. Aha. So that's bit shifting, SLL and such. And put. Ah yeah, put and put directly. That's how it worked. Yeah. Okay. Herewith, I'm finding out whether the button has been pushed. And if not, then I will just jump to start. B equals start. Just a cheap implementation. I can refine this later. So if R0 is equal to Z, it shall jump to start. Else it has been activated, and then I want to do something. Let's first see if I can address the autolathe by turning it off. Autolathe, here we go. No, that's wrong. Autolathe. SB autolathe on 0. So the device should now turn off as soon as I trigger the button. Production. Okay, that's not working. Something not cabled up correctly? Thought the cabling was correct. And probably, I mean... Write batch to all autolathes on 0. Autolathe structure, autolathe. Right, I remember. Very, 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 very early in the game I made a little thing, which is, I didn't actually cable up the logic. The logic of this device isn't even connected, I think. Let's see if that is so. Hilarious, I cannot see this. Really? Fuck my life! So let's see if we can see a little curve here, even though it will be black then, indicating that the cabling is no different. Aha, I think it's no different, and so... Okay, that was the problem. It wasn't even cabled up. So now we have that. So let's create manually a recipe that we put in there. Nice, these 100 these 200-minute days. I like it. This is daytime, period. Currently it's day. And during the night it's a different game. So, how does this work? We have to write into the execute recipe statement the prefab hash that is to be produced, the quantity, and the opcode. And the way we usually do this is we take a register, and into the register we first write the highest bits, which will then be at the lowest bits, since we have just written them in there. But then we shift this thing left so that it is higher, but not yet here. Then we write the quantity, or we OR the quantity into that, of course, if else it will be overwritten. And then we shift it further, then this will be in its place, and this will be in its place, and then we OR in the opcode. So this is bit 16. So I have to shift left twice by 8 bits. And I have to OR stuff into that thing. So what's the prefab hash that I want to write? I can already write this thing. I mean, why not? On maybe... No, let's take a constant for now. Let's take iron sheets so I can distinguish. Well, let's use this then. Why not? Instead of the number. Pause. Move into R0, which I hereby recycle this value. Then shift R0 left. And as always, the operation is on the right side here, these two things. And where the result will land is here on the left side. And that is why when you want to shift a register's bits to the left, you will have to name the register twice. Here I'm shifting them to the left, and then they shall be again in that same register. So before I have to move now into register R1. The quantity. Let's produce 1. And then OR into register R0, the combination of register R0 and R1. Then I shift left again R0 by 8 bits. And then I have to write the opcode, which I don't know what that is right now. Let's see. Autolathe. Here we go. Nice that the scrolling position per device is remembered. That's cool. Or maybe the scrolling position period. Let's find out. By getting something that is also has a scroll position. Okay. And let's find the Autolathe again. And now we're still down here. Ah, it's remembering that per page. That is cool. Makes reading rather convenient. They put a lot of work into this thing, apparently, and a lot of love. So what I want is the execute recipe opcode. That is 2. I could just write a 2 here, but I figure that maybe we can also do this. I'm not sure if that is possible. Register R1 is now no longer in use, so move into R1. This. Let's see if that is possible. Then we OR that together once more. OR R0, R0, R1. I mean, which one is ORed with which one doesn't matter. These two will be funneled together into one thing. And that one thing will then land here. And now I have to say put directly. And that's the thing. I don't have... See, I can say put D, which is in DB, like where the chip is housed, or D0 for screw 0, or D1 for screw 1, and so forth, if I have more screws. But now I don't have this attached to the screws, and I don't like to use those. So I only have the alternative of using put D, because these are the only such commands that exist. Seriously? It is not searching? You're kidding me. Put and put D. And for put D, I have to use the, I have to know, oh my god, I actually need to address the Autolathe directly by name, else I cannot identify it directly. Or, no, I don't actually. Move, no, load batch. From the Autolathe into register R1, which is now no longer needed. The reference ID, which is the objective one number that the thing has in the world. And then I say sum them up. If they're multiple, there's only one, so. Then I can say put directly to whatever register R1 is saying the number is. This would then be the device. The address shall be 0 and the value on one right is R0. R0 has been the number that I've been meticulously assembling here, so when I push the button now, for the first time, and I've never done this before, this should produce one iron sheet. However, it turns the device off. I guess I forgot that. Wonder what happens if I turn this on now. Oh, it's producing the iron sheet because it's still in there. And apparently after that it deletes that or whatever. But I need to find something out. There's a stack pointer in that device. I want to read out the stack pointer lastingly, permanently, all the time, and put it on the IC housing so that we can understand how this whole thing works. And you might say, well, there should be better documentation of this. Yes, there should be, but not much better, only a bit. For example, what I'm doing right now, this doesn't have to be documented, it rather shouldn't be. This is the kind of engineering puzzle that you can play. The figuring out stuff, you know, you don't want the rocket, you want the path to the rocket and the rocket. This is the path to the rocket. So, printer instruction stack pointer. So I can download this information from there, get D, I would assume, get directly from this device, from address 63, then I will get the information opcode 1, which is, this is the stack pointer, and then 8 to 23 should be the number that expresses where the stack pointer is pointing. I think, like the opposite of what we did down here. 63 then. Cool, we just produced something with software. Alias R15, and what do I mean? Auto ID, lathe ID. lathe ID. And I will find out this ID rather early. Then I don't need to find it out again down here. And I can also say as directly lathe ID on. This should also work. Let's see if it does. Export. Aha, it turned off. Now, since the source code is doing exactly what it did before, I'm not sure if that actually worked, but I will just assume that worked. I mean, maybe I forgot to click export, stuff like that. And there's so many possible points of failure. So, lathe ID, Autolathe, reference ID. Now we have that here. And now let's do the opposite. Let's turn this thing on then. Export. So that we can see that it worked. Yep. Cool, baby. Ah, right. What's the goal? I want to read out the stack pointer. So, get D. That's the thing. Let's see what the documentation says about those statements. I guess we will now get 2 entries, of course. Now it inputted something here again, which is ridiculous. Why can't they fucking fix this? I want to input something here and not there also. This is my source code, man. Protect my source code, please. Get and get D. Okay. Yeah, I think, see, the prioritization radar is good, very good, but it's not exactly north. For example, that the main menu is still playing the music even though I have turned it down to 0 volume once I return from a PlayStation, because then somehow the volume is no longer actually 0. That is a bug that has been in there for a long time, and that is in my face the whole time. I want that fixed, man. Or is it supposed to remind me that I have to close the program now and start it over because there's so many bugs between sessions? Get directly into register R0. This is a bit loud. No, no longer in good graces. Change. Where is my recording studio thingy? I want to see if everything's alright. It's still working. 3 hours, okay. And what is my uploady thingy doing? 10 views so far and 2 likes. Now we have 27 views. Okay, and 4 likes. Hello! Okay, that's a high ratio, by the way. I have found out that if I have, like, let's say 100 views and there are 10 likes, that is a very high ratio. And here we have like 30 views and 4 likes. Though it's too early to say. There's a comment. Let's see what they're saying. I've seen a few complaints that the rovers are advertised. No, shut up, stupid idiot. Okay, here's the guy saying, labels are meaningless. He's saying, the view needs to be closer to the windshield. Yes, many would want third person, but I'd simply just prefer focus to be on the windshield and not on your own knees and hands, especially since your hands aren't even on the steering mechanism. The smaller one had a better view, a smaller vehicle that I drove there, that's in the game. Leave the colors and cutesy alone. Maybe they could have alternative for people, but many like that while most things are technical and serious in the game, they also have some fun and colorful things. Both have value. Well, I disagree. I disagree for the following reason, because while the argument makes sense, in the overall landscape of arguments to be considered, this slider of will is not highest most in the priority list. The slider that is highest most is get more people on board. And if the looks don't get the people on board because they think this is a toy game, or if they get on board because they think it's a toy game and then it's the serious game under the hood, that's not the right thing. But I will respond to that later. So, where was I? Before I was so serious interrupted. Get into R0 from the device, from register 63, whatever value there may be. Then I will shift to the right. Yeah, shift right logically or arithmetically. Okay, let's look that up. What does SL do? This had an auto search. Now we have to press enter every time. And every time it changed the source code, man. And where's the hit? I mean, SL, why doesn't it find that? SLL then, okay. It's not finding that? Even though it's in there? Okay, then I will search manually. SSSSSSL, SLL. SLL performs a bitwise logical left shift operation on the binary representation of the value. It shifts the bits to the left and fills the vacant rightmost bits with the 0. So the simplest possible implementation of that thing. Okay. And what about SRL? Is that the same thing then that I need? SRA is arithmetic and SRL is once again just a simple one. It shifts the bits to the right and fills the vacated leftmost bits with a 0. SRL is what I need. Shift right logically. By 8. And then I want to write that into the housing. So this should then give me the stack pointer, theoretically. Yes. Export. And then we see here... Oh, what's happening here? We can see the value is decreasing. Is the stack pointer indeed going through the stack the whole time? Am I doing something wrong? What's happening? I mean, there's certainly not me bit shifting, because that would not look like a number counting down. Ah, 53. Aha! Why is it going through all of these so slowly backwards? I don't get that. And I wonder if I have to set the stack pointer manually if I want to do some stuff with this thing. Maybe I should actually do so. But anyway, let's do what I was set out to do. I wanted to produce this, and why did I want to do that even? What's the power doing? 95%.
Hydration critical.
Well, now I remember why it was falling so much, because the night was longer. And now we have the day, and the sun is like burning down from the sky. So I'm producing this now. This is not yet dynamic. I want to produce whatever the hash thingy says. And I also want to turn on the device when... can we actually write a command in there that turns off the device? No. But maybe we can read out when it's done and then turn off the device. Anyway, I want to turn the lathe on. I want to write then which item, the hash, shall be read out from the hash generator. So let's read out the hash. Load batch named into R0, CLS hash, setting, I would assume, which is normally an arbitrary value that the device has, but it is the central arbitrary value, so that would be the setting here then. And then I would use that as the... Stupid. As the hash. Wait, what? Move R0. Right. Load batch name R0. That's already it. I have to just remove this, and then we should have whatever is set there. Which should be steel sheets, right? So we should now get steel sheets. One steel sheet, please. It's a steel sheet. Alrighty, so we can now select here with the screwdriver what is to be produced, and this will be the display that says so, but we cannot yet select how many. And I will of course not produce 1, 2, 3, that would be ridiculous. I cannot see what the value has been set. Okay, when I look at the housing I can see the value, but not at the lathe dial itself. I will take a screenshot because that is of course ridiculous. It precludes some building options for no good reason. Why should the dial not say what the dial is set so? I don't see the logic there, man. Here you see the hash state. We look at there. Also a screenshot of that, even though I think I did so already. And what value will I set this to? Yeah, let's just say I want to set from 1 to... let's see what values I can even set there. What possibilities do I have in regards to the knob? Dial. Up to 1,000 modes. What do you mean mode? So I guess that's what it means. Up to 1,000 modes is supposed to suggest the value that you need to set is mode. That's the maximum value. Okay then, let's say I will set... I would actually go so far as to say 10. 0, 1, 2, 3... And I mean, when I multiply this with 10 then, so I can produce 100. But what happens if I select 0? Will the autolathe then not produce anything? Like it should when I set the value 0? I'm curious. Yeah, gotta have faith. So, logic dial. Let's load this here. And the amount written is 1. Let's load instead from the thing, the setting, which is the current setting the thing has. But first I have to make sure that this thing has the right maximum value. Load batch named into R1 the amount and then multiply into R1 the sum the result, the product of R1 times 10. And this is no longer there. And this can also go away. Should follow the cursor. Turn on. Load the setting of which hash we want and shift the bits. Load the dial setting and multiply it by 10 and or that value into, the key value and shift to the left. And here's the instruction. Okay, now I need to write the mode, write batch named, mode 10. Okay, now we should be able to produce whatever we want in whatever quantities we want. And only those quantities. So, steel sheets then. How many do I want? Now I can set this to up to 10. I want to produce 0. So, let's produce 0, please. Oh, nothing seems to be happening. Okay, then let's set the value to 10. Question is, will it stop? Because this here looks like the normal production. And it's not yet showing a countdown-ish thing here. And it fucking should do that, so screenshot take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. That's more than I wanted. Wait, did I push here like an idiot? Or did I push here? And the last one, please. Okay, I guess I pushed here stupidly. Yeah, that happens. So now we have our production machine here. I would like to, for it to be able to also toss out all the gold, there could be a second button here. The hash generator selects what to toss out, and then I push the button and it tosses out the gold. What do we have in here? Gold. Let's toss out all the gold. Only the gold, please. Autolathe. Autolathe, I know, I'm German guy. Die Autolathe! Die Autolathe! Der Kaffee ist lecker! So, missing recipe 8. I don't drink coffee. don't drink coffee, I don't drink soda, I don't drink alcohol, nothing. Only water. This blood is the purest blood you can find on this planet. Missing recipe reagent. Not for 17 years, man. Why, did you have an alcohol problem? No, I didn't. I had a problem with being impure. Missing recipe reagent. Eject or reagent. Eject reagent. So we want to react, we want to copy this to the clipboard, and then we want to write the reagent hash that we want to eject. Actually, I could just I could just eject the reagent hash that is selected by the dial. Why not use the same thing right now? Then I would also immediately have the possibility of choosing the steel. Not that it would reduce the overhead much if I would have to use a screwdriver, etc. But, you know, I want to see if it's possible. So we will write the value reagent hash into the register, and then we will just write the opcode, and that's it. So I will take off, this is the amount, I will no longer write that, or rather, that is the dial, that's the amount. No, that's the, wait. Hash. God damn it. This is not music. I mean, not for now. Let's take something groovy then. Yeah, okay. Okay, turn on, then load the hash, then shift the hash, and then I want to write the instruction. I'm kind of confused here. What is the logic again? First I would write nothing, then I would shift by 8 bits or whatever. No, okay, I don't need to do that, it's already written. Write the reagent hash and then the opcode. Reagent hash and opcode. We are writing reagent hash, we are shifting, and then I'm writing the opcode. So, move to R1, this value, or into R0 and R1, and then this, and then jump start. This should select this and eject it. I don't know if this works because I'm not normally I check my code, but this time I didn't. This should now eject all the species that are in there, which is none. Okay, how about gold then? Do we have gold ingots? Ah man, why is this not selected? Screenshot. Okay, that's not working. Ah, let's drink something. This is unnerving. Oh, see, the air is now clean. I drank the air. I drank the air clean. Dranked. Huh. Again, how does the recipe work? We're giving this opcode, I think that's in the source code already, and this opcode needs to be down here. And then 8 bits to the left, so we need to shift that, is the reagent hash. Reagent hash. Reagent. Maybe gold is not the... Okay, here we have the number 492 something. Here is the number 22, and here we have the number -13. So the reagent is still something else. I wonder if you can possibly still select this here, or if that is impossible. I mean, it's a hash generator. The hash generator should be able to generate all the hashes. But it can't. Okay, screenshot. My god. This will take a lot of work after this video. So that cannot be done. But I will then write the value directly so that we can at least see what that looks like. And now we should actually see that thing turn on and toss out the gold. Alrighty! Win, winny, win, win! That is a game changer. At some point I have to implement it in a way that we can routinely say put out stuff, spit out the gold or whatever. Yeah, and of course my production facilities. I mean, this was my first station. I mean, the first station, the starter base. Over there I can be much more lenient with the space that I use. Let's do that again. While touching our crotches. Not really. So, let's change that back, because the previous feature was rather nice. Gold. Okay, that is true. And then, eject reagent, no. Let's see if that works. No need to analyze this. What do I want to do now? Let's produce iron frames, steel frames. How much steel is in there? Not much, so it's not a good choice then. Silicon. Let's make some glass sheets. And again, I have to click here. Not these ones. Glass. I remember I also wanted to do another thing, but this too much time has been spent on this already. I don't want to do this now. I like this first statement and the next one, what happens, you know. So what is set to 10. 10 please. Meanwhile I will clean up a bit. Oh, it's finished? Why? Didn't I say produce something? Yes, I said produce something. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. La 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 la. We can now produce with the Autolathe as much as we so desire. Setting this up for the 2 manufactory isn't so meaningful, because how many mining drillers do you need? But for the electroprinter it would make sense. For the hydraulic pipe bender it would make sense, and maybe this whole thing only needs to be set up once, and then we select which devices to be addressed, because this is after all a programming thing. I'm programming what and how often, and I'm saying go. This can be done once, and then I can use it for the individual devices. And I have no clue what I wanted to do up here. I mean, I completely lost track. Not a surprise. Let's take a look at downstairs, what's going on there.
Oxygen low.
Oopsie.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
I guess the battery's down here. Oh, I wanted to make lights. I have made lights. What? Oh. It's cool that we can still see something down here. This kind of screams, let's put some lights on the ceiling in the darkness. Where though? I wouldn't put it right here because I want that to be a spooky corridor in both directions. No, yeah, let's put it here so that we can see from afar. And it's not yet that far actually. Do we have some steel frames? Well, it goes up a little bit further. Is there something that stops me from doing so? Nope. Oh, and then maybe around the corner. And then to the left, yeah. Oh, we can actually, yeah, little labyrinth. So to the left we find the furnace, and to the right there's something else that I don't know yet. But this, I mean, I already have walls here, why not use them? And when we come from this direction, we can see the light in the distance. So we're more delighted, haha, to get there. But since we're in a basement kind of thing, we're not going to do put up the big ones, but something more moody. The big round ones, yep. One, two, one, 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 two. The becoming. Well, kinda. I mean, that would be a thing if they implemented a version of Stationeers where what works depends on from where you're looking. Well, since a game like Stationeers will come along again in the future, and again, because it's just awesome, you can bet your ass, probably some kind of playful variations like those are thinkable. Heading into the darkness. Yep, it works. Weld, weld, weld. There's no steel box yet above that. What? And in here should be a light on the ceiling that is red. And then there should be the door, but the door shouldn't be here, it should be one deeper. At least one deeper, if not two. Do I have some frames still? No, I do not. So let's make multiple then, I guess. And also I should place a cable charger down here. And this needs to be welded up. Do I have that? No, I do not. Oh. That's convenient. I should put a ladder there. Yeah, why are these looking like this? They came out of the centrifuge. Why are they not then centrifuged? Because these must have come out of the furnace, I believe. Oh yes, I was embarrassing myself making the advanced alloys. I wasn't recording at the time, but in principle I was failing that, and then I had no choice but to toss that into that thing. But this means now I have this here, which I have to toss into the... Wait, how does this work? Actually, I don't know. Okay, how was that? I know that something comes out of the furnace, you toss it back into the melteria, and then you're fine. But I mean, it looks like it still mixes. I have to do extensive firstening. Yeah, I have to do firstening later. This down-pitched voice crap gets on my nerves. Ah, that's a nice one. Yeah, we need steel sheets and frames. So let's make steel sheets. Maybe there should be a holder here for a tool on the wall. And I could get a screwdriver from there. I think that's a very good idea. I want to miss screwdriver. Sheets. How many steel sheets do we want of this thing? I will toss enough steel. Let's say 50. 50, go. And I will go. Yeah, not what I wanted, but I get where you're coming from. So let's toss that steel in there. No, that's iron. That's steel. Hey, wait, I still have steel over here. And I could tell it to produce something else afterwards. Could say, basically, give me a complete package to weld one box, which is one box and 2 steel sheets. And then I want 100 of these. That's possible now. Dude. Oh, because the thing's not on. That's it, nothing more in there. Okay. What you can also do is, of course, you can set up a hopper. That is actually a thing that's as big as an entire world tile and takes also an entire world box. So below here there would be a funnel. I can toss things in, and then you put a sorter on the other side, and then it could, for example, decide, okay, that is an ingot, let's put that on the side, and then, okay, we have these many ingots, let's combine all the iron to stuff and so forth. You could build such a large facility and factory that does all of that for you. And why haven't I done so now? Because my lifetime is limited. Not the duration, but what's its face? Well, I mean, even if you had unlimited time on your hands, you would still be in a hurry because the world keeps on going. Did I stop that? No, I didn't. It's exactly 50. Aha! And now frames, please. Hey, you know what? Is it possible? That one's wicked. Let's make that a bit louder. I wonder if you can read out what the selection is here. Because then that would be my hash selector. I will just ask that immediately, because that screenshot will never tell me what I wanted to remember. Okay, done and done. Steel frames. How many do I want? How many can we afford? We can afford a lot, so basically I could now say make 50. Well, let's make 40 for the fun of it. Okay, the advanced furnace is already out there. Down there. Shut up. So how are we doing? Moderately well. That's still less than I anticipated. Moderately well. How is the other side doing? Okay, somehow the production is not continuing. Why are there no seeds for the thing to plant? Well, that's the thing. Maybe the plants died, were replanted, died again, and so I'm now basically low on seeds. That could be.
Hydration critical.
I have no potato remaining. Oh. Sure, do that. Still not enough to feed that stupid harvester. Anyway, why is it growing poorly? Illumination stress is still a problem, I don't know why, but I would just go and say growth efficiency is at 125%. Moderately well. And here we have dark deficient. What the fuck? Yeah, it's because the sun, of course. Ah, the sun is giving it light. What's the light strength? 4%. Alright, they need absolute darkness, not just a bit of darkness. Oh. This is kind of a problem. I mean, I could put up some shadowy casty thingies. Apparently I have to. Don't want to do that now though, so fuck you plants. From behind. Do I still have some pink pipes here? I do not. Ah. Why are you testing my patience so? Hey, why pink? Red is correct. Because I don't want volatiles down there, I want fuel. So this needs to be expanded now to reach the other furnace, which will be low. Will be below here. How though? I guess I can only go through the side because the ground I cannot open. Though I can. I have actually these large vents here, so that I can control the atmosphere in here in case I need to evacuate it. So I am ready for that, without even losing anything. I can just pump it back here and problem solved. And then I open the door again and it's in here again. So I could open the ground, yep. But I feel like it is late now, and I have to stop for now. What's the light intensity now? 84. and I will probably see you again later. As I am blind.